Hello there and welcome to a brand new Hobby Streak week. This week we start with day 2189. However, before we get to that, after yesterday's video I put together the Terminus scenery that was with that Kill Team box set, and as usual I played my Sunday night roleplay. This week we're doing kind of a homebrew D&D where we're playing basically bog standard characters, and it's a lot more fun and a lot more easy, sort of relaxed than usual, so it was a brilliant laugh. Today, however, I'm going to get the Sentinel and Guardian drones finished, and then I can move on to the next project. However, these guys will take the rest of the day, because I'm also going to base some more stuff to do with Blackstone Fortress, so I can get that out of the way as well. All that was left to do was basically the legs and the bases, and of course those lenses that are scattered around it. The reason why it took so long really was basically because the size of these guys, or the two Sentinel drones, they're quite large, and I wanted to make sure that obviously they look a little bit better than the smaller ones. These guys were a lot of fun to paint and super quick, to be honest, like incredibly fast to do. They only took like a couple of days, really. Well, about 4 hours. I said a couple of days. A couple of days for me. Like 4 hours if you're just going to sit there and concentrate on doing them. Super, super fast. And I think they've come out looking pretty good as well. That's more Blackstone Fortress stuff done. So yay, we're getting there, slowly but surely. In the evening, I stuck together some of the stuff I got from Crooked Games. But I have to say, first of all, the resin on this Android body is absolutely fantastic. It's very well done. There's like barely any imperfections. It's really high class. And with that, I basically stuck together most of the mutant villains and sort of the Deadite Hunter as well. Really lovely models. Hopefully either tomorrow or Wednesday I'll be sticking together the mutant heroes. Today is day 2190, and I'm going to start work on Modok Scientist Supreme for Marvel's Crisis Protocol. However, I did notice there's something wrong with his leg, so I'm going to need to sort that out first. Basically, I didn't notice that his leg wasn't all the way fully attached. Thankfully, with a little bit of jiggly pokery, I managed to sort of just pop it off. So I cleaned up the space with a little bit of a knife, and then re-glued him and had to let him sit for basically about half an hour so the glue dries, so I won't destroy any of the paint. So in the meantime, I'll start another new project, and I'll start Doctor Strange and Wong for Marvel Zombies. I had to make a decision between painting the blue of his outfit or his cloak. In the end, I went with the blue of his outfit, on the simple fact that I didn't want to sort of end up rubbing off the paintwork that I've done sort of with the cloak, so I thought it'd be just easier just to struggle slightly when I'm doing the cloak. Because I hit a wash wall with Doctor Strange, I then went ahead and carried on with Modok. I neatened up all that gold, and I thought I'd do the first coat or base coat for his skin, because everything's going to get a nice Reitland Flesh Shade wash. Oh, very tongue-tied today. It's very hot in my flat again today, so. And of course, while that wash dried, that gave plenty of time for the wash on Doctor Strange and Wong to dry. So I finished off the blue of Doctor Strange's outfit, and then I started on his trousers. But then I hit another wash wall, and then I was going to start on Wong, but I thought, well, I've only got like 5 minutes left, so I thought I'd leave it there. So that's as far as we got today. Tomorrow I'm going to concentrate mostly on Modok. I want to get him out of the way, and then I'll continue with Doctor Strange and Wong. Today is day 2191, and I'm going to continue work with Scientist Supreme Modok from Marvel Crisis Protocol. However, while painting him, I'm going to come across a slight snag of my own doing, to be honest, but it was something that slowed the process down. I didn't get as far in as I wanted to. I start off, however, finishing off his gold. Quite a sort of simple, easy process. Because he's a big character, I need to be sort of more careful with the highlighting, the layering to make it look sort of a lot better. I could like try and blend it, but one, I'm not very good at blending, and two, it takes too much time for me, to be honest. Once I finished the gold, I thought I would do his mouth and tongues. Mouth and tongues, he's only got one tongue. Basically get that all out of the way before I start working on the skin. That way, if I make any mistakes, I can easily cover up with the skin work. And in that sort of idea, I also went ahead and started to paint his eyes. However, when I was painting the white, because it's still fairly warm in my flat, The white paint dried fairly quickly on my brush, and it kept being really blobby and gross, meaning I had to keep sort of removing it and starting again, and that took about half an hour. The problem with where I currently live is it gets super hot because I'm on like the top floor, so I absorb all the other heat, and it's just a nightmare when you're trying to paint in this weather. However, I finally got satisfied with the way the eye looked, and then I went ahead and started the skin, but I could only do the first step, so that's as far as I got, annoyingly. But tomorrow will be skin day, and I'll do his skin, and I'll do his arms, and then I'll just finish off all the other bits and bobs, and he should, fingers crossed, be complete. In the evening, I started putting together the Leagues of Votan kill team set from the Terminus. I want to say Terminus. Termination? Something like that. Today is 2192, and I'm going to continue with a Modok. A lot of today was spent painting his massive face. In fact, that was the thing that took the longest amount of time out of each individual part. Mostly because I am trying to get as nice smooth look as possible. Now I'm using layering to do so rather than something like blending, because I'm not very good at blending. It's not something I often actually use. I much prefer sort of layering techniques. It takes a little longer, but I think it looks just as good. From there, it was just the case of starting to sort of fill in all the rest of the details, such as his teeth, the sort of weapon effects, and then his purple and silver. Sadly, though, I didn't get him finished today, which is a little bit annoying, but he should be finished tomorrow. He is looking great, though. He is a really nice figure. I really do like painting Modok. I've never actually used him in the game, though. And I own both Modoks, but I've never once used him. But he's lovely. He looks lovely. In the evening, I stuck together the rest of the Voltan for the Termination Kill Team set. Today is 2193, and I'm going to finish off Modok. There wasn't much left to do on the old big chap here. Just the metallics that I started yesterday, finishing off all that silver. Did a few more sort of tiny bits, and then we ended up with doing the hair and the exhaust flame out of the bottom, and then finally painting his base. And there he is. I'm very happy with the way he's come out. Really lovely model. Probably never going to use him, but he really does look absolutely phenomenal. After I finished Modok off, I had about sort of 15 minutes left, so I thought I would finish off Wong's outfit, ready for tomorrow. As I only had 15 minutes left, I couldn't really do much more than that, but I'm quite happy with the way he's come out, and I look forward to hopefully finishing these guys off by Sunday. In the evening, I put together the mutant martial artists from Crooked Dice. They are very nice models, but I really hate gluing metal models, so it was a bit of a pain in the backside. Today is 2194, and I'm going to continue with the Doctor Strange stuff. I really don't have much time today, though. I only have about 45 minutes, so I'm not going to be able to get much done whatsoever. All I really had enough time to do was finish off the trousers, and then sort of start to do some of the minor details on there, such as Doctor Strange, the sort of belt cummerbund type thing that he's got around his waist, and then start on the yellow. This is basically around Wong's wrists, and Doctor Strange's got one pair of gloves, which is yellow, which I really dislike those gloves. They kind of look like got a leopard print at the end, and I think they're absolutely horrible, but that's what's on his player card, so that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, not much done today, but a little is still better than nothing. In the evening, however, I'll start putting together the Blood Bowl Gnome team. Today is 2195, and I'm going to get a little bit more done with the Doctor Strange stuff. Time absolutely flew today. I really didn't get much done, or as much done as I wanted. It was like just everything seemed faster than it normally did, and I really just didn't get much done. I finished off the gloves and all the yellow that I started yesterday, and then I started work on his cloak, and that was it. Basically, the last thing I did was manage to start painting the flesh, and gave that a flesh wash. And and there's only like 5 minutes left, so I don't know where the time went, but yeah, it just zoomed along. However, there's not much left to do for these guys, so hopefully they'll be finished tomorrow. This week, however, overall, has been a pretty good one. I'm quite satisfied with what we've done. We've finished more Blackstone Fortress stuff with the Spindle drones and Guardian drones. I'm really happy with the way these guys have come out. Quite a lot of fun to paint as well. I've based more of the Blackstone Fortress stuff, so that's even more done. Finished Modok. Absolute joy to paint, really loved painting him. And of course, these guys will finish next week. If you want to see how that turns out, then, well, give us a subscribe, a thumbs up, and, well, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now.